that's always right?
He's always right.
Yeah, I am.
It's me, he's always right.
I'm always right. It's like when I'm right, I'm right. And when I'm wrong, I could have been right. So I'm still right because I could have been wrong.
It's like when I'm right, I'm right. When I'm wrong, still right. And I'm sorry because I could be wrong right now. But I'm right.
Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Oh, yeah, I said it before. I'll say it again a million more times. Pimpy is the one that's right. Yes, and you gotta love this. This is Melanie claiming to be some financial wizard. She dealt with money and pay attention to her because she knows what he's talking about. You know what I mean? Here's her little drawing of what she said is her interpretation of the deleting of the zeros. As usual, she's wrong, just like she is with most of her information. Anyways, yes, an article came out again about the deletion of the zeros. Let's get into it because it's kind of long. Before we get started, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, head on over to our friends at Miles Franklin. The link will be down below in the description. When you make your purchase, make sure you use promo code PIMPY, P-I-M-P-Y, and they'll take care of you. If you have any additional questions, you can reach us over here at this phone number or over here at this particular email. For all orders over $10,000, reach out by email and we'll make sure that you get a great deal. So come on over to Miles Franklin and add to your precious metal inventory. Speaking of being right, this is why I don't like the whole AI thing. I told you guys you can't trust it. Me and a friend were going back and forth about this AI thing, or the chat GPT. I guess there's all kinds of different versions of this thing. I said, you can't trust it. You can't, because it's only going to research and find information. It's only going to be able to find information that's been printed. So if the wrong answer is the one that's put out there on the internet, you're going to get the wrong answer. 2, it could be that the AI is also biased, or somebody has manually went in there to give it a standard response. Anyways, my friend was trying to prove to me that AI was correct. I said, all right, let's ask it something recent. So he typed in, what did Trump say after being shot when he stood up with his fist in the air? I said, yeah, that's a good one. It's easy. We all know what he said. Fight 3 times, right? But if you come down here, look what it says. Donald Trump did not say anything after being shot and standing up with a fist in the air. The scenario is purely fictional and has no basis in reality. Now do you understand why I don't trust or use AI? There you have it. I keep telling everybody when they do the deletion of the zeros, this is how it's going to work. Remember? You got a 25,000 dinar. Right now at the current rate, you have the 0.00076. It equals $19. The nominal, which is the currency right here, they will remove the 3 zeros. And it'll look something like this. And it will take the 3 zeros off here so that this remains the same. That would be 25 dinar times 0.76 gives you 19. And then you got geniuses like this here and Frank out there going, oh, the deletion of the zeros is still on the table. Making all kinds of weird laughy faces. But anyways, yeah, this genius here, I don't know why you guys follow her. Seriously, obviously she has not gotten anything right. Oh, the exchange rate's going to change. God told me on a 3-day holiday and everything else. But anyways, enough about them. Let's cover the article. Gotta even have Militia Man on this show with Mark Z talking about, they think it's going to be off the bank. No, freaking idiots. Removing zeros from the Iraqi currency. Talk returns and possibility of implementation. Removing zeros from a currency is a procedure undertaken by some countries in order to revalue the national currency and simplify financial transactions. This is done by removing a specific number of zeros from the nominal value of the currency, making it appear less inflationary and more stable. What's nominal value mean, Pimpy? Well, I'm glad you asked. The nominal value of currency is its current price, or face value, as printed on the currency by the issuing authority. It's the number written on the banknote. They even give you an example. For example, if the currency is the dinar and its value equals 1,000 dinars, after removing 3 zeros, its value will become 1 new dinar. That's weird that he should say 1 new dinar. I wonder what that means. One of the possible reasons for deleting zeros is to combat inflation. When a currency suffers from high inflation, the nominal value can become very high and impractical to be offered in large quantities in daily transactions. Deleting zeros can contribute to enhancing confidence in the national currency, facilitating accounting operations and financial transactions. This may contribute to improving the country's image before investors and the international community. Potential challenges of deleting zeros include printing new currency. What? Wait, what? Printing new currency? Oh, now I know what this means. 1 new dinar. This is a redenomination, just like Pimpy said. Yes, when they delete the zeros, and I know there's, where's the guy's name, Ali out there saying they're going to go side by side for 10 years. It doesn't make a difference if they go side by side for 10 years. Once this is done and a new currency is printed, the old one is removed. If the old ones remain out there for a while, they will carry the same value as the new currency, not the old currency. Modifying the accounting system or training on how to use the new currency. It may initially cause some confusion amongst residents and consumers. And if the deletion process is not implemented well, it may lead to economic disruptions. As a result, deleting zeros is not a solution to all economic problems, but rather a procedure that requires good planning and careful implementation to ensure that the desired goals are achieved according to experts. And then he gives you some examples of other countries that have done it. And what's everybody say? Oh, don't believe it unless it comes from the Central Bank of Iraq. Okay, well, here you go. In a renewed statement by the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq, Alak, he said that the project to remove zeros from the currency is still ongoing, meaning removing 3 zeros from the Iraqi dinar, for example, the value of a 1,000 dinar banknote will be replaced with a 1 dinar banknote. From the new currency, 5,000 with 5 new dinars, 10,000 with 10 new dinars, and so on. According to the expert, the actual value of the money people own does not change. Where do we hear that from? Oh yeah, Pimpy. You mean like this? Where the value doesn't change? So the value does not change after deleting the zeros. But this step contributes to simplifying the buying and selling process for individuals and companies and makes the financial amounts simpler and more understandable. Instead of dealing with huge numbers such as trillion or a million Iraqi dinars, they can be converted to just 1,000 dinars after deleting the zeros. Removing zeros helps in issuing small currencies such as coins, enables the repricing of small goods at lower prices, facilitates their calculations and their survival in the market, and gives a positive psychological boost to the population with the fact that Iraqi dinar can now buy more goods and services. Therefore, countries aim to remove zeros to restore confidence in the local currency amongst the population and investors to increase demand for it, and for the local currency to become more competitive with foreign currencies and to be replaced by other currencies less. In other words, people want the Iraqi dinar instead of the US dollar. Yeah, I know you guys are going to do what you're supposed to do. Give those other guys shit because they either lied to you or they misled you purposely, which is lying. Say that I didn't know what I was talking about. Pimpy's lying. This is what it's going to be. You guys are going to get millions of dollars. The policy of deleting zeros is often linked to broader economic reforms, such as raising interest rates on bank deposits to encourage people to save in banks and benefit from high interest rates on their bank deposits, in an attempt to withdraw liquidity from the market, reduce consumption, and lower prices. This also entails exploiting this liquidity to expand productivity projects, attract local and foreign investments within the country, and create many job opportunities so that the local economy can ultimately recover. But on the other hand, deleting zeros may cost Iraq money to print new banknotes. For example, after deleting the 3 zeros from the Iraqi dinar, when we talk about the 200 dinar banknote, it is actually equivalent to 200,000 dinars. As a result, it may be necessary to print 4 more 50 dinar banknotes instead of the 50,000 dinar banknote. However, according to the available results, this may not have a clear impact on improving the local economy if it is not part of the package of economic reforms that help reduce the amount of money circulating among people and stimulate the economy, especially since Iraq's economy is an oil economy that needs to stimulate other productive sectors to drive the local economy. Could removing zeros from the Iraqi dinar be a real start to stimulating the Iraqi economy after it became clear that all plans were unable to rescue the dinar from its declining value? In a statement by the financial advisor to the Iraqi government, Saleh said that the phenomenon of multiplying zeros in the monetary unit or adding zeros especially comes as a result of economies being exposed to rampant waves of inflation or sharp increases in the price value that continues for years due to wars, blockades, and conflicts that lead to financing the deficit of the government's budgets through the issuance of money. Noting that the continuous rise in prices without stopping leads to the erosion of the value of the monetary unit, which necessitates the issuance of large denominations of money due to the lack of value of similar denominations of money and the disappearance of their ability to cover high value transactions and exchanges in the market, according to his description. Former member of Parliamentary Finance Committee believes that Iraq is not prepared for the project of deleting the zeros and explains, "We always hear the central bank statements about implementing the project, only to then back down from implementation for undisclosed reasons. Regarding the implementation of the project to remove zeros from the Iraqi currency, a banking consultant recalls that the printing of the Iraqi dinar in the 90s of the last century was done by poor printing process, and that the first factors that stood in the way of the project was a discrepancy between the official exchange rate, now at 1,332 dinars per dollar, and the parallel market exchange rate, now rising above 1,500 dinars, and has constituted an obstacle to the implementation of the project." He points out that the project will be successful if an exchange rate of 1,000 dinars for every $1 is reached. At that time, deleting the 3 zeros will achieve its economic feasibility, as its exchange rate will be transformed into 1 dinar for every $1, and this is what the late former governor of the central bank, al-Shabibi, aspired to do. He added that the other factors that affected the project to remove zeros from the Iraqi currency was a call made by the government of the former Prime Minister Maliki for the years 2006 through 2014 to legislate the infrastructure law, which was opposed by a number of political blocs in parliament at the time, and it led to the increase in investments in Iraq through deferred payments, which limits the value of the monetary project. Man, I tell you what, it is lonely at the top in the dinar community. Obviously, this person knows nothing about finance. Trying to claim that there's these main companies that wanted her to be the CEO before she was in her 30s is just BS, you guys. Come on, this is one of the most simplest things to understand, and she totally missed it, along with all the other geniuses out there. Yeah, Frank the other day, literally sitting in his car, laughing about the deletion of the zeros is still on the table. I kept saying, yeah, but that's not good. And then that militia man joined Frank Z, going, I don't understand what these people don't understand. It comes off the exchange rate, not the face value. Well, you're wrong. All of you, as usual. Anyways, you guys, let me know what you think. As much as you guys gave me thinking I was going to be wrong, now that you know the truth, I hope you give them the same amount of crap you gave me. I look forward to your comments. I'll catch you later. I'm out.